Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
In Fairfield County, something new comes across my desk every day. Crimes are committed, cases are solved, and a community is made safe by the hardworking employees of the Fairfield County Sheriff's Office.
Welcome to This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan, a weekly program here on LSN. We're also carried by a number of the radio affiliates in Fairfield County. Do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week. This show is actually produced at Fairfield Christian Academy. Appreciate the students that put this program together. Our executive producer, Kelly Roberts, lines up the guests, the questions, and does a terrific job behind the scenes. We've got a great program this week, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. We have with us Deputy Sean Meloy. Good to see you.
You too, sir.
And you're our canine handler.
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since September of 2014.
Wow.
So just recently.
Recently.
Yes, sir.
Do you like that?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So, and you want to introduce your partner there?
Yeah, this is K9 Kahr. He's a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois. He's from Germany. We got him from Storm Dog Tactical, which is a group in Sunbury that they sell police and military dogs. They train them. They train them before we get them. They're about 80% trained by the time I get up there. Then when I get up there, being selected by the Sheriff's Office, it's a 6 weeks training. Okay. And it's a 6 week training with the dog. We do everything from narcotics work, apprehension work, tracking. You learn the dog, the traits of the dog, see what they do. You learn how the dog reacts to different things and things like that. You know, put him in the car to make sure he's not aggressive or anything like that.
And you're with the dog 24/7, right?
Yep.
It goes home with you, stays with your family and everything?
Yes, sir. Lives at home just like having another kid.
Is he a good kid?
Absolutely. My kids love him. My kids lay on top of him. He just lays around. He doesn't really do anything at home but chew on a Kong and eat.
Do you have any other pets, any other dogs or anything?
Yes. I have another dog. She's a shelter dog we got about 10 years ago.
And they get along?
Oh, absolutely. They just play together. Then when they're out playing, they're sleeping.
And why does the dog come from Germany? Is this particular type of dog in Germany? Is that why, or is it just?
No, it's they're bred different places. France, sometimes the Dutch descent, things like that. It all depends on where the best breeds from. So what they do is they test them. Storm Dog Tactical, what they do is they'll go overseas, or they have people overseas that test the dog to make sure they're fit to do the line of work that we do. So they actually test every dog and see which one's the best fit.
So, you hear. I know that originally, before you got Kahr, you had a couple dogs, and they just didn't work out very well.
That is correct. I had my first one. I had 5 weeks. Come to find out, after 5 weeks, he had heartworms. So therefore. Wow. Once they have heartworms, you can put them through. It's kind of like a chemo treatment. However, once you do that, they lose their sense of smell, and obviously that's what we need. We need a dog that actually can smell. Right. My second dog, he wouldn't track. He was real hyper. Didn't really want to do anything that we wanted to do. Then our third dog wouldn't engage any activity of bite work, anything like that. And obviously, for the handler purposes. You want a dog that's going to protect you. It's just like having a backup officer is pretty much what it is.
And the commands you give to Kahr are actually in German, right?
That is correct. He's each dog, like I said, is if he's from Germany, he's going to get German commands. If he's from France, he gets French commands. A lot of the guys I train with, they have France dogs, so they use French commands, things like that.
Wow. So in a given day, just kind of go through some of the things you may encounter out there.
Any day, if we stop a car, search a car. We do narcotic search on a car. We could go anywhere from tracking a fleeing, suspect that maybe bailed out of a car or something. We search schools. We do school sniffs, school lockers, things like that. Building searches, article searches. If somebody loses keys or something, and we need to go find them, I can send him on a command, and he'll search the area for the article.
You know, I remember, Sean, a few years ago, we had some problems in the jail. We had some of the prisoners that had become disruptive in the back. They kind of gotten together. They wouldn't come out of their cell. And at that time, Deputy Dixon, who was our Canine deputy at that time, they brought they said, we're not coming out, come in. Yes, they brought the dog there.
Yes.
And it barked a couple of times. These guys, they came right out.
Deputy Dixon dog. He was actually a little bit bigger than Kahr is. Rex was a great dog. I was actually working that night in the jail.
Oh, is that right?
When all that stuff went down, and like I said, he brought him in, and everybody's just, they see a dog and they think, oh, he's a working dog, and and just the bark alone will get them to scare a little bit.
Now, one of the things that I thought we might try to do, now you do a lot of practicing with him, right?
We train every week. Every Tuesday we train. Even if I'm not training Tuesday, if I'm working the street, if I have downtime, I'll stop somewhere. I'll go to our SWAT shop, and put some, narcotics finds out just to make sure that he's still working, just to give him something to do. Even if we don't search a car at night, it's either, stopping somewhere, throwing an article out, leave it sit there for 5 minutes, and, send the dog to find it so he knows, hey, it's work time, and this is what we're doing.
And one of the things we talked about before airtime, that you have a couple boxes, and when you put some heroin in one box
and crack in the other,
and crack cocaine in the other.
Yes.
And we're going to just have an experiment, and you don't know exactly how this is going to go, but we're hopeful that this will go pretty well. I'm going to go into another room, a big room, and you guys are going to stay here, and then I'm going to go ahead and hide them in that room. And then we'll get you, and we'll see how Kahr does.
Absolutely.
You in for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll try it. So I'll be right back. And let me see if I can find these. Okay, I've got everything hid in there, so let's see how we do. Great job. Wow. Well, it didn't take long, a couple minutes, and he was right out there. So tell us a little bit about, it looks like you kind of, when you reward the dog, he has, is that his toy?
Yeah, that's his toy. It's the dogs at Storm Dog Tactical train, it's ball driven. So what they do is, when they originally train him, they'll put narcotics in a box, and if he sits, whatever, obviously he's a passive dog, so he's going to sit every time he finds something. Then they'll just reward him with a ball, and that's his just reward. So at home, I don't play with a tennis ball or anything like that, because he knows that's his reward if he finds drugs.
Okay. So. Now, is he pretty successful? Like when you go out for a car or something, or a lot?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. His first find was obviously methamphetamine. Then back in November, we got a large cash seizure out of a car that Deputy Warner had stopped, and
Okay.
We got a large amount of cash that actually was, come to find out, he was getting ready to go buy methamphetamine.
Wow.
It was a different guy, so.
So what would be some different drugs that Kahr would be able to find?
He can find crack cocaine, heroin, marijuana, meth, you know, stuff that's opiate-based, obviously, Percocets, things
Right.
like pills.
So there's really not a lot he can't find.
That's correct.
Now, the other thing I was thinking about, you do a lot of public appearances, right?
Absolutely.
And again, we might mention to our viewers and listeners, if you'd like Kahr to come out, if you have a Cub Scout group, some kind of a civic organization, you'll be glad to come out and give a demonstration.
Absolutely.
And you do a lot of things at the elementary schools, right?
Yep.
So is there any danger as far as Kahr would be biting someone or something like that? Or are they trained so you have complete control?
He's really not trained like that. He's more of a passive dog to where anybody can come up to him and pet him.
Okay.
You know, that was one of the features that, you know, myself and Lieutenant Lape and Sergeant Collins were looking for in a dog, you know, when we were trying to select one was, you know, a good demeanor of the canine, so where we were going to take it to the schools anyway, so something that's good around kids, you know, family life, things like that, and that's a good thing for my kids too. You know, he just enjoys them, and anytime I take him to a school, I mean, there could be 20 kids walk up to him and he just lays there.
Yeah.
You just pet him, get their picture taken, just lays there.
And it's one of the most popular areas of the sheriff's office.
Absolutely.
You're popular too, but I think the dog really is what kind of.
Yeah, he's more popular than I am. So.
You know, a few years ago, we had one of our canine, our dogs retired, and so they had a little retirement party, and they put out a little press release on it, and all the media outlets showed up. The
Yes.
TV stations, everybody showed up, and I thought, wow, the way people feel about their dogs or animals, and same with our mounted unit. They like
Absolutely.
that too.
Yeah, he's a great asset to the department. I mean, he's getting a lot of work, especially
Yeah.
on the shifts that we work. So.
You know, we're almost out of time. I'd like to have you back next week, and maybe we could talk about some situations,
Yes, sir.
whether it was a building search or a car search, and some of the cases you've been involved with, and find out a little bit about that, and also talk a little bit about how he relates with your family.
Absolutely.
And again, we'll talk a little bit more about if you want to have Deputy Meloy and Kahr come out, they'd be glad to do that. So can you join us next week?
Absolutely, sir.
Sean Meloy, a deputy, does a great job with our canine, a veteran of the sheriff's office. Been here, 13 years?
Going on 13 years, yes,
Going on
sir.
13 years. Wow, time flies.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the clock on the wall. Speaking about time, the clock on the wall says we're just about out of time. Do appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week, and certainly the staff, the students here at Fairfield Christian Academy that produced this program and put it together. Executive producer Kelly Roberts behind the scenes, and we've got some great programs coming up this year, and so we appreciate you, the viewers and listeners that join us each and every week. Until next week, same time, same place. God bless. Buckle up, and we'll see you right here.
These waters were woven into the culture of Native American tribes. The descendants of the early Europeans built a business here based on agriculture. And today, this unique destination in the central Ohio countryside comes to life with stories and memories centuries old. The Fairfield County Historical Parks invites you to amazing Rock Mill. Above the falls of the Hocking River Gorge, here together, nature and man have created some truly American stories that you'll want to experience with the entire family. Visit us or learn more about Rock Mill and the largest wooden water wheel in the nation at historicalparks.org.